Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome back to the good, the bad, the ugly of real estate. I'm Rebecca Yusan, and this is exactly where we talk about my two favorite things: wine and real estate. Okay. So today I'm really excited. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. We've been talking about all the different ways that you can generate leads and how you should be generating leads that fit your personality. But today I'm super excited because we're going to be talking about how important it is to generate relationships with other professionals in the industry. You want your clients to know that you are the expert and the go to person in all things real estate. So I'm super excited to introduce to you one of my besties, Janelle Azar. Janelle, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here and to chat with you about what I do and how I help real estate agents.
I love it. And thank you for being with us. This is such a treat. So, first of all, before we get into the good stuff, um, Janelle and I are having a glass of wine.
Right. That's right.
It's not too early this time to have it, but
Yeah.
cheers,
Cheers.
Janelle, to our first podcast together.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Mhm. Mm.
Mm, 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 mm.
Mm. It's how I like to
Delicious.
do a Monday.
What?
That's how I like to do a Monday.
I love doing a Monday like that for sure. So, all right. So let's get right to it. Janelle, you are the owner of a meaningful space. This was
Mhm.
your idea. This is your baby, and you've grown it into something very magical. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do every day with a magical space or a meaningful space? I just
Well,
changed
I
my.
make magical spaces, that's for
Yes, you
sure.
do.
So, every day, I'm a home organizer, professional home organizer. I started a meaningful space about 5 years ago, and we work with people in all kinds of different in different areas. We offer services for in-home organizing, business organizing. We work in any room of the house. Um, there's also moving support, which really ties in with the market that you're in. We offer pre-move decluttering, packing, unpacking. I also offer virtual services and closet design. And that's what I love so much about what I do. Every day is different. We work with a variety of people. Everybody has a different need. A lot of our clients need help with decluttering. But I love that every day is a different day. I'm never with the same type of client, the same person. Um, yeah, it's always great. Like today, I was at a house and I was emptying closets in preparation for new closets and a pantry to go in later this week. Tomorrow, I'm in an office. Like every week is different, and that's what I love so much about it.
That's so fun. And Janelle was telling me earlier, she gets so excited when people get new closets because she gets to organize them.
It's
that's
the
ex-
best. It
that's
is so
exactly
fun.
who you want working for you.
Exactly.
Yes. So tell me what your typical service area is. Where are you and where do you do most of your organizing?
So we are based in Metro Detroit, and we work anywhere from West Bloomfield, Novi, up to Clarkston, down over into the Grosse Pointe communities. So I travel quite a bit around the area.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I'd say definitely Metro Detroit, and then also virtually. I work a little bit in Northwest Ohio. I have family down there. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, it's mostly around this area though.
Okay, awesome. And so tell me what a virtual appointment would look like? How do you do that?
Virtual, it's a little different.
Mhm.
It's like you and I on, a Zoom type call where we can see each other. I come up with a plan usually for a client. They have like kind of a guideline to go by, kind of a map of what their area is supposed to look like. It's really for somebody who's self motivated. They just need a little bit of guidance to get where they're going. It's not for like, I've got a whole bunch of stuff and don't know where to go with it, but just maybe like a simple space, like a pantry or a closet of some kind. Those are really the virtual type of clients. But we also do virtual consultations. Sometimes people are, it's hard to get in their home at the same time and to connect that way. Or, if they're outside of our service area, a lot of times we'll also do a virtual consultation just to get to know each other that way.
Okay, I love it. That makes it really easy and convenient for people. So that's awesome that you can do that. So, what happened in your life? First of all, how long have you been doing this?
Well, organizing, I've like been doing it since before I could walk.
Oh no, it's
I've
totally in.
always been super organized. But as far as company wise and professionally, it's been about 5 years. I have a retail background. I did that for almost 20 years. And I think that was about 2020 is when I left the retail world and started doing this full time.
Okay. That's interesting. I have a retail background too. And when I go shopping now, it drives me insane to go into the fitting rooms or to look at the racks. And like one day I was at the dollar store right before Christmas and it was a mess. And I wanted to see if they would just hire me to organize the shelves. It just drives me insane.
Oh my gosh. I did not know that about you. Oh my god. I'm
Yeah.
sure we have all kinds of fun stories to share at
Oh
some
my.
point.
I think everyone should work in retail
Yep.
or restaurants
Yes.
because it really helps you understand how you should act when you're in those establishments.
100%. Couldn't agree with you more.
Yep. So, and just like put things back on the hanger. You don't have to put it back, but put it on the hanger, please, for the love of God. So,
Right.
so 5 years ago, you decided you were going to take the leap and go out on your own and
Mm,
start your business.
yeah.
What happened that got you to do this? That was probably a little scary. What was going on?
Gosh, yes, definitely a little scary. I will say there's a multitude of things that kind of all, came together to push me to do this. I would say first off, retail, it's a tough world. As you well know.
Yeah.
And after 20 years, I knew that that is not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So that was number one.
Okay.
Uh, Number two, I working in retail, I would see people buy an astronomical amount of stuff. It was crazy, like stuff nobody needed, nobody wanted, like just because it was like a good deal. It was crazy. And I'm like, where are people putting all of this stuff? Like, and
Crazy.
some people you would see multiple times and just like, oh my gosh, what's their house look like? So that was number two. And number three, I think when it really hit me, my uncle passed away unexpectedly, and I was helping my aunt and my cousin clean out the house. And just seeing how much it meant to them to have somebody from a little bit further back, from outside of the real inner circle to help deal with the emotions and the attachment and help them, be okay with letting go of things and help them through that process. Like for me, that was just so empowering and it brought me so much. It like really filled, my cup. And I loved that experience so much. So I was like, what can I do? I don't want to work in retail and I love this. And that's how it all came together with organizing.
Oh my gosh, I'm loving that story. That's where the dreams are made. So, oh, I
Yeah.
love that. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing that. So, I've been through a lot of homes in my life.
I'm sure.
Yes. And most of the time, the homeowner is in love with their home. They think it's amazing. They think everything in it is so extra special, which they should. Okay. It's their things, it's their passions, right? But a lot of times, a homeowner doesn't really understand what it means to have a home market ready so that it
Mm.
can appeal to the masses. Can you explain what would happen if I called you and said, Janelle, I need you to get over here and fix this house? Can you tell me maybe what you would go through with the homeowner to help them actually listen to you and realize they need to make some changes?
Yeah, I think this is a really good question, and it brings up a whole lot of things, but we'll focus on this.
Okay.
So my work as an organizer, it's different from someone like a home staging consultant. So I like to point that out first and foremost, because their job is really to make a space beautiful and make it efficient and functional. And I'm more focused on helping people declutter and manage all of the stuff that they own, and really working through those emotional attachments that they have with their things. Because honestly, that's where it all comes together. I feel like organizing is about 70% emotional and 30% about the stuff and the actual act of organizing.
Okay.
And I think sometimes you just need somebody with an outside perspective who has some experience working with people who need to declutter, and you also have to have the patience and the understanding. That is so key. And a lot of times, people, when they walk into a situation like that, they're just like, you need to do this now, now, now. And don't really give people any guidance of where to start or how to get there. And that's really what I help offer homeowners when they're getting ready to move.
Okay.
And it's also about talking with the homeowner about the stuff they have in their current home and how it serves a purpose in their new space, helping them make decisions about what they can let go of, what they can get pre-packed for a move, where those things are going to go in their new space. So there's so much that goes into that, and I always encourage a declutter before a move.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I find myself saying many times to my clients, listen, you're going to be moving. Let's start making it look like you're moving and get rid of stuff. I probably don't say it as nicely as you do. I probably say it like, let's do it now.
Yeah.
So that's great that you understand there is a psychology behind the packing and the getting rid ofs and all of that. It's so emotional for
It
people.
it is so emotional, and I always tell people, "Why move the things that you don't need, don't use, don't want?" Because it costs you in so many ways. Not only does it cost you financially to move those things, but it costs you emotionally, it costs you physically because they're taking up space, and a lot of times people don't even deal with the things. They just pack them up and they send them off, and then I come in down the road 5 years later unpacking boxes from a move that that have traveled around the country.
Yeah. So I have moved 23 times in my adult life. And it's a great way to get rid of all the crap and all the junk you don't need because you cannot take it all with you. But my last place, I was there for like 9 years and I couldn't believe all the junk I accumulated. So,
Gosh.
yeah. So you need
Mhm.
someone in your life that's going to help you go through that
Wow.
frequently so you don't keep all the crap that you don't need around.
Oh
So
my gosh, 23 times. You are an expert mover.
I know a little bit about it. I've actually told people I will fix your move. I'm going to come and I'm going to do this for you and we're going to move it and it's going to be great. So
Absolutely. Oh my
anyway,
goodness.
but
Yes.
yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to do that, but I've offered it. So, all right. So, everyone, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people really do want a new place. But when it comes to moving, they can feel very overwhelmed
Mm.
of what to do. And, like you said, what to get rid of. What's the most common problem that you see families go through as they prep for a move?
Well, I think it comes back to kind of what you were talking about after 9 years accumulating all that stuff, and it really comes back to too much stuff, and the fact that people haven't done regular decluttering in their homes, and sometimes people have been there for 10, 20, 30 years, a
Yeah.
really long time. And you didn't accumulate that stuff in one day or overnight, and you're not going to be able to get rid of it that fast either. So the biggest issue is people don't start soon enough with the process of being able to let things go and get things out of their home. And like I said, some people just don't even bother. They just pack it and move on.
Yeah. So you would like to see people go through their things, what, once a year, every other year? What do you think?
Gosh, I'm a big proponent of well, seasonally, I think it's a really good idea for those of us who live in, climates like Michigan,
Yep.
because obviously we're changing our wardrobes, spring, summer, fall, winter. I think that's always a good rule of thumb because there's so many
Yep.
things we do seasonally here. And 6 months, every 6 months, honestly, 6 months to a year, you should be going through and doing a big purge or declutter.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm behind on that one. And I just moved again a year and a half ago. Well, and one funny thing is, a lot of you know I'm from Michigan and I just moved to Florida a couple years ago. And now I'm looking at my winter things that I have to use when I go back home. And they're already, some of them are 5 years old. And I'm like, what? This is not good. So
Yeah.
that was interesting to have that happen to me. So
Yeah, yeah, it definitely I think a lot of times just because you see it every day, it just becomes a really permanent fixture
oh
and
yeah.
you don't give a second thought.
Yep. Okay, so what if someone does not want to sell their home but needs help getting their home organized?
Oh,
Well, you've kind of answered that question. You can help with that.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that probably about 60% of our business is just straight up decluttering and organizing in homes.
Hmm.
I would say the rest is kind of between, I think most of the other 30-40% is moving. We do a lot of work with people who are getting ready to move.
Yep.
But people just again don't know how to start, where to start. You said overwhelmed. That is probably the number one word I hear when I talk to people is that they're overwhelmed, anxious, or embarrassed. And I
Oh,
think it can be a lot of things. People just don't make it a priority. Again, they don't know where to start, or they're just having a hard time letting go. There's so many things that contribute to why there's too much stuff in the home.
yep, absolutely. So I just thought of a really good closing gift. Um, for maybe 1 year later, after the homeowner moves in, an agent could have you come in as a gift to organize some things. That's a great
Oh,
idea. So
that is a great idea.
take that
Yes.
advice, people. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of touched on this, but tell me your favorite area or thing to organize and why.
Oh my gosh. I love so much of it. It's really hard to pick a favorite. But I will say I love kitchens because kitchens are really the hub of the home. And everybody is in and out of a kitchen throughout the day. And there's so many things. It's almost a multi-purpose space. There's a lot of people who have kids that do homework or have other things that going on. There's pets in the house. There's so many things that happen in the kitchen. And I feel like that is the one space, if you can get that organized and have it efficient, then that will help out the rest of your day and the rest of your family. So kitchens for me, that's where it's at.
Kitchens. I love it. Everyone needs their kitchen organized too, just to make it work better and function better, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So tell me, it's the start of 2023, sort
Yeah.
of. It's already March. And to me,
Crazy.
it's
It's
flying by.
crazy.
It's super crazy. So
Yeah.
what's the most exciting thing you have on the books planned for 2023?
Oh my gosh. Well, this is happening like right now as we speak. Like so I have a digital course that goes on sale like tomorrow and comes out in 2 weeks. And it's all about parents and organizing and simplifying with your kids. And
Ooh.
yes, this has been a huge labor of love for me. I love working with kids. I love being able to help parents make that connection. And I can't wait for it to be out there.
Wow. Okay. So, how do people find this course and how do they find you?
So, awesome question. So, I can be found on my website, ameaningfulspace.com. You can find me on social media. I mostly hang out on Instagram at A Meaningful Space, but I'm also on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the fun. You won't find me on Twitter. Sorry. I can't quite figure it out.
It's okay. I don't have Twitter either.
Okay, good.
You can only do so many social media platforms, and then it's
True,
just
right?
too many.
There's only so much of that I can handle. It's like a full-time job.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah. Well, this has been so much fun. And Janelle is going to have lots of other resources for realtors and what she can do for your clients. And we're going to share all of that information on all of our posts of this video. And then we'll make sure everyone has the links to find Janelle and start having her fix all of the yuck.
I love that. Fix the yuck.
Fix the yuck.
That's gonna
So
be on the back of my next, company t-shirt.
I love it. Okay. I think that sounds fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Janelle, thank you so much for your time. This has been so awesome. And I think you have just started a new series for us. And
Mm,
yeah, so, and I'm sure you and I are going to be back together talking about more cool, magical things, right?
I think so. We've got a lot to cover, Rebecca.
We do have a lot to cover. So, anyway, with that, I'm going to let you get back to your Monday and all the important things that you're working on. And again, thank you so much. You mean so much to me. And we'll talk soon.
Oh, sounds so good. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye, everyone.